Hi, Aries. Happy birthday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic month. Happy birthday to those in March, also in April. So we're going to get a little bit of Aries here and a little bit of Taurus. So, if you're Taurus watching, happy birthday to you too. Okay, so real quick, I do want to thank everyone for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. It truly means the world to me. It just means the world to me. For those who want a personal reading, all the information is right below this video. I do ask that you send me a separate email, though, with the questions or the situation you want clarity in. I do ask that you try to keep your questions to 2 to 3 questions at the most, because otherwise we're just like, the readings don't flow that well. It's always up to you, though, okay? But that's how you're going to get the best reading, is to have focused questions, not a little bit of everything. Because a lot of times if a message is meant to come to you, it will come to you anyways, okay? So again, once you purchase your reading, please send me another email regarding the situation or the questions you want clarity in, okay? And if the name is different on the PayPal account, please put that, leave me a little memo on that, just so I'm not trying to, sometimes it's like tracking takes forever to figure out, who the payment was from, and then the emails come in a different name. So just wanted to remind you of that, okay? And I know it takes a while to get a personal reading for me. I know that, and it drives me crazy too, but there's really nothing I can do. Like I'm been working around the clock, and plus I want to get these monthlies out, and I want to do other things too, but I'm working around the clock, guys. So if you still have a reading coming, know that I'm still doing your reading, but I also, felt pulled to get some of these monthlies out. Okay, let's get started with your reading. So we're going to do things a little different this time. I just felt pulled to do a different type of reading, and I actually love this type of reading. And I'll explain it as we go along. And I'm going to invite all my spirit guides into Aries reading, please. My beautiful sister Tracy for clarity. Angela for clarity. Mike, Mom, Dad, anyone who wants to come in on my side for clarity. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. So, Spirit, we're really looking into Aries' love life this month for April. And this is a general, Spirit, so as many messages as possible. I do ask that they be clear, complete messages, please. Again, this is for Aries for April 2017. Mainly regarding their love life, Spirit. Their love life, please. Thank you so much. Bring this down a little bit. Hey guys, so what I'm doing is I want to get some different scenarios here, okay? And have them be very clear. So we're going to put up 4 different scenarios for the month of April, okay? Not so much on a weekly basis, but I feel like it's going to be talking about 4 different groups. And let's see what we have here. We have trust, free yourself, passion, past life relationship. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So we have some who are being asked to trust, and we'll see what we're going to do clarifiers on that. Some who need to free yourself, possibly from a relationship or just from your own mental thoughts. You know, we have the card of passion, and this is about our energy, and this is about allowing ourselves the freedom to be us. You know, to be our unique selves, to allow the joy in us to come out. That's truly our purpose, you know, is to find our own joy and to spread it around the world, right? So we have some people, well, I feel like we're going to get some tough cards here. I don't know. And then we have this past life relationship. I know you guys love that card, and I love that card. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do clarifiers on these, okay? So they're not really clarifiers. What I'm doing is I'm telling a story with each one. And I'm sure there'll be multiple stories within each one, too. But this allows us to focus a little bit more. Do one from the, by the way, these blue cards I'm using here, quite beautiful, huh? This is, these are called the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. Of course, these are the Romance Angel cards, and this is the Power Tarot, okay? And I'm either going to clarify with my Crystal Vision Tarot. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see. It's funny, I got new decks so that I could switch in between the decks to save me time on all the shuffling in between. But instead of using just these for the readings, all I've done is incorporated them into the reading. So now we have more decks going, but I kind of love it. So, you know, it's like however the energy wants to be, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the Six of Air on top of Trust. And I mean, I love the Six of Air because this is about things that feel like it's about things looking up, things starting to feel better. It's about the, even if things haven't started to get better or feel better, know that that energy is like right around the corner for you. It's like the end of a difficult situation. You're being asked to trust that. What I'm feeling right now is that some of you are, excuse me, are moving out of a relationship. And I feel like for a lot of you who are dealing with this situation, it's been tough. There's been sadness attached to it. There's been strife. It has not been easy yet. I feel like for some of you, it's like this path has started to illuminate itself to you. Perhaps you're getting signs from your soul family to move you forward. And it's like, because, with trust here, I'm definitely feeling like some of you are being divinely guided. And where before you weren't really listening to you weren't listening to your intuition. Now I feel like many of you are really starting to tune into your intuition. Tune into the energy of the world. So this can mean, it can mean travel, it can mean a trip. Maybe you're taking yourself on a trip because it's like, okay, I've been through hell and back, and now I'm going to go have fun. I'm just going to go have fun on my own. With the Nine of Fire. So they kind of talk to each other. The Six of Air is telling you situation is coming, a difficult situation is coming to an end. I do feel like those who, now you might not have just left a relationship, but what I feel is you're clearing the energy of it. So you're not thinking of that other person like every minute of the day like you were. It's progression. You're moving, you physically have moved on, but mentally and emotionally you've been stuck. And I feel like this is coming to an end. And it's about continuing on this path. Those that I'm talking to, I know you know who you are. Because I feel now you're on a journey about you. Learning more about you, learning how what makes you tick, like uncovering your gifts. It's about action. It's no longer thinking about it, talking about it. This is now about moving on, like the action to move on. The Nine of Fire is about not giving up on yourself, not giving up on what you need to do to move forward, because it's like anything. There may be setbacks, but if you keep your thoughts, correct, right within you. In other words, what I mean is, I feel like a lot of you have learned that And you're leaving this relationship. You're leaving a relationship you've been in. And I do feel like the ones I'm talking about, you've been in this relationship for a while. Perhaps, well, definitely for years, I feel like. And it's that thing of you're starting to realize that every time you wanted to go back, well, you weren't seeing things clearly. You weren't seeing things for what they truly are. You weren't seeing that the disrespect that you were allowing to happen. It's like your self-confidence being pushed down to the ground. There just was no respect for you. Yet when you think of this person, you remember the good times only. You weren't remembering the truly hard times. And I feel now you are. Now you're moving out of that. Again, you're learning to control your thoughts. When this person pops into your head, you're able now to say nope, nope, and replace it very quickly with something else. And that honestly is one of the fastest ways to move on from a relationship. Our mind will play tricks on us. Sometimes the comfort of an old relationship is what pulls us back in. But now we're starting to realize, it's not the comfort. And I feel like for some of you, you just need some time on your own. I feel like you may have left, your childhood home and got married so quick. And it feels like every relationship you've left or you've been in, when you leave, it's like you want another relationship immediately. And, it's like there hasn't been any time for you. You haven't enjoyed what being single truly offers. Independence, freedom, learning more about yourself, quiet time, the end of strife. So it's just about keep moving forward, keep moving forward. Now we have the Six of Waters. So Six of Waters is, it's about looking back. It's about looking back. It's almost like, I don't feel like the Six of Waters is about even you wanting to look back, but it is about looking back, memories, and a lot of these memories feel good. But again, it's about, analyzing it. Is it comfort or is it love? It's like looking at the past again and only seeing the good things, and that's fine to a point. Not if you're trying to leave a relationship. You need to be honest. It's almost like write a list, the pros and cons. What do they offer me and what do they take away from me? That kind of thing. Because I really feel like there's, you're moving forward, but there's that danger of reminiscing again, looking at things. It's almost like looking at the beginning, the romance in the beginning and this and that, and that's what you're missing, but you lost that a long time ago. That had left the relationship a long time ago. So remind yourself that when you look back, it's okay to think of just the good memories as long as you have now moved on. In Michaels. So it's your choice. It's your decision. Eight of Michaels is, again, it's, I feel like it's not about being trapped. It's about trapping yourself. So it's like, no one else is putting you in this box but you. There's reasons, absolutely. Because I just heard someone say that. Well, there's reasons for that. And you're absolutely right, there are reasons for that. But it's getting past that. It's understanding that, relationships are meant to end. Not every relationship is going to last for the rest of our life, right? And we just need to learn that, like everyone who comes into our life, they come in for a reason. Now, for some of you, you may need to do this. You may need to, it's like blocking the gate to your house, blocking the gate to your heart. For some of you, I definitely feel like you need to spend some time being independent. You know, as much as I hate bills, nothing feels better than being able to pay my bills. You know, write out that check or, you know, pick up the phone and call and pay my bill in full. It feels great, even though I don't want to give my money away. You know what I mean? So there's an independence that comes with that. You know, it makes you feel proud. Even though you're giving money out, you know now that you can do it. You can do it on your own. Because I feel like it is about building up your foundation again. You know, you need to build that foundation up. All right, so let's do an outcome card on that. So yeah, for some of you, you know, there is no love coming in this month. But you just got out of a relationship, you know, you're just starting to heal yourself. No one else can heal you but you. So this action has started. You're on the path to independence. So there is no love this month. But you know what? Sometimes it feels good just to be by yourself. Now that doesn't mean you don't have kids or that kind of thing, but it's about having no one to answer to. You need some time. Okay. All right. So Spirit, I want to know the final outcome for those who just received messages from the Trust card. Yeah, it's about going within. Well, okay, so the good news is, you know, it is about going within. It's about learning how to clear your chakras. It's about, you know, instead of saying I'm going to meditate, actually meditating. Doesn't matter if you know how. It is practice, 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 you know. And it's more on a subconscious level anyway. So it's just like put headphones on, you know, put meditations on, take care of you, take care of the inner you know, take care of your temple. Because I feel, you know, well, it's very clear with the cards, like once you do that, once you truly do that, it's like victory. You feel victory. And look at this. The King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. And I'm asking for the outcome. So, you know, it's clearing that energy. It is getting yourself ready. You know, it's about spending some time in independence, that feeling of independence. And it is about learning to enjoy your own company. And I feel, well, when you do that, it's like victory is yours. It's like you're mastering yourself now. You know, you're no longer trying to fix other people because you can't, right? You've tried. You've tried over and over again. and it shows up as a failure. But it's not a failure. It's just not your challenge. This is about taking care of you now. And boy, when you do, when you do really take care of you, when you like clean the internal you of all the toxins, of all the negativity, it does allow you to open your heart again. And look what waits on the other side. Now, I'm not even going to give a time for this because it's going to be depending on each individual, depending on, how quickly you move on. You're already started that process. So the people I'm talking to, you've already started that process. And good job, by the way. Good job. I know how hard it is. We all know how hard it is. So in a way, the Eight of Michaels, it's like, I don't mind that you're trapping the gate, that you're standing in front of the gate. I don't mind that you're doing that. I think it's exactly what you want. But just be careful, because this is also about your thoughts, okay? So go ahead and close that door to your heart and to your home while you work on you. And when you do that, you're just a new person. You are now ready for victory. You're now ready for love. Well, you're now ready for true love. Perhaps from a beautiful water sign. This can be male or female. This can be, same sex. This can be whatever. It doesn't even, it's love. It's just love. Let's put it that way. It's someone who loves you. It's someone who ends up, well, the two of you. It's not someone else that's given this to you, by the way. The happily ever after card. It's not someone else that's given it to you. It's you and this person together creating this happily ever after. He doesn't come in and save the day. You save your own day. And when you're able to do that, then you and someone else can absolutely create this, absolutely have this. So now you can see where that time alone, the time in introspection, the time of going deep, the time of letting everything out. And look where you arrive back to. But this time, it's happily ever after. This time, it's not about wishing for this Ten of Cups. It is about you creating this Ten of Cups. You now being able to truly create this type of love. Because this is the type of love where you're giving your whole heart. And I don't care what the other side's offering. It's like, if you're gonna, if you're gonna have the Ten of Cups, baby, you better be willing and able to give everything, to give your whole self. And it's not even about willing. It's something that kind of comes natural. It's when, years later, when we start to get, the 10 starts to turn to 9 and sometimes an 8, and, but we can always bring it back up because this is where we began. So we know this type of love exists within this relationship. So it's totally worth working on yourself, right? Okay, let's move on. Free yourself. King of Earth. King of Pentacles. Changes your life. I love that. Major Arcana. Another Major Arcana. Awakening. And another Major Arcana. The Wheel. Okay, so for some of you, it could literally be that you need to free yourself from the Queen or the King of Pentacles, an earth sign. Some of you could be talking about a job. It's time to move on to the next position. It's time to, because here I'm feeling stuck. But not because I want to be or I should be. It's because I can't help it. I know this isn't love, guys, but I feel like this message has to come out because I do feel that there are a few of you who, again, are in a position, within your company. And, I feel like some of you are just working your asses off. You're just working your asses off, and it's like there's no reward for that. It's like I feel like I could go in and give 50% one day and go in the next day and give 100%, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's like I'm not being noticed. I'm not moving up the ladder. I'm not moving down the ladder. I'm just staying still. For some of you, I feel you're in a sales position. Perhaps you sell cars. Perhaps you sell real estate. I do feel like it's kind of bigger ticket items. But the pay, again, is not matching the work that's being done. And I feel like it's because of one or two people within the company. Of course, they're higher ups, but they're not the best. Well, let's put it this way. I feel like they're great at sales, but they're not very good with handling or dealing with complaints from employees. It's like it's like, you go in and say, I've worked for you now for 5 years. Every day I come in and I give it everything I have. And I'm showing you my track record here. My increased sales, how well I'm doing. So I'm coming to you now to ask, can we talk about increasing my pay, increasing my commission? By the way, that's a great way to go, I feel. If you have this boss who's like, no, I'm not going to give you any more an hour, or, you're on salary, yet they're working you 60 hours a week, and then you want to take a day off, and it's like no pay. I feel like this is a tough person. It can be male or female, but they're tough. And they're all about the money. So I feel that if you go in and say, listen, keep my hourly wage the same, or keep my salary the same, what I'm asking is to increase my commission. Because if you increase my commission, there's no threat to you. Right? If I do better, you do better. So it's all about my effort. And I feel like they respond to that. Like, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't affect us on the bottom line. And it's absolutely true. Because I feel like you could really soar, but you're like being pushed down. So for some of you, it is about asking. You know, you need to ask. I need more money. I deserve more money. I am willing to give you everything I have every day when I show up. I leave my drama at the door. You know, I come to work ready. Now I need to know that the company I work for stands behind me also. Because I feel like some of you who get a flat no, and you know that you can make more money, it's time to leave. You put the offer in front of them, and if it gets turned down, I feel like you leave. Because we have the card Change Your Life underneath that, and that's a major arcana. Now, I have to tell you, you know, I'm saying this about a sales career. You know, any way it fits. But you can also tie this back to love. I'm realizing this can also go back to love. This message needed to get out, though, about, you know, not, it's almost like even though you have this tyrant who is, you know, your leader, so to speak, it's understanding you don't have to put up with that. Know your own worth. Some of you, I actually feel like this is going to push you to start your own business. You know, it's like I have my clientele. They're loyal to me, not so much the company. They're loyal to me. If I leave, I feel they will follow. And that changes your life. It's all about having confidence this month, I feel. Confidence. But again, we can certainly tie this back to love also. If you have someone in your life who feels that way to you, you know, it's like, what are you going to do? You know, do you continue to allow someone to roll over you? Or do you want a partner? Because that's what it feels like. This person rules the roost, you know, the rooster, whatever they call that. It certainly looks like real estate there, doesn't it? Someone sitting, just looking over. Oh, I sold that building. Oh, I sold that building. Oh, I built that building. This is about taking your thoughts, your ideas, and running with them. You know, I mean, what do you have to lose, right? What do you have to lose? I know, money. But perhaps this gains you much more. Because I do feel like it's like something, you know, it's about like a sudden revelation that now gives you the feeling of freedom. Freedom. Also major arcana. You know, I feel this is about being yourself again, being your unique self. You know, this is the hangman. But I feel like you've been in this position, you know, the hangman. I mean, this image is a little bit different. But I feel like, you know, hangman is kind of when you're in a standstill. But sometimes you need to be at that standstill because while you're just standing still, you're gaining wisdom. It's like there's downloads coming to you. It's temporary. And it's almost kind of weird, this card. I'm not sure how it got here when it was my last card. You know what I mean? Somehow they flip themselves. Because, I mean, on all of them, that's my last card. Last card. So I don't know. I feel like this is, again, about looking at things from a different perspective. Looking at things, it's like, don't be narrow-minded when it comes to the things that you believe you can do. Don't be narrow-minded. Because I feel like this is understanding that, listen, you could soar. With a wheel on top of that. Well, that is the movement. This is the movement. So it's like, you start to, you kind of been in that hangman position, observing, wondering, what should I do? Should I move on? Or should I not? And I feel now at this point, it's like you're starting getting a much better understanding of, I can work for this guy forever. I'm saying guy, but it could certainly be a woman too. It could be a team. And yeah, you can keep making them money. Or you can take the chance. Start making yourself money. On however that feels good to you. For some of you, it is about asking for that raise. Not assuming that every boss, like every 6 months, is going to give you a review and increase your pay. No, there's many where they won't do a thing unless you go to them. And if you have a great track record, you're who I'm talking about. Because I feel like, again, it feels like I'm feeling real estate sales strong now. But it's sales. It's anything you make commission in. So again, it's making that, going to them with that offer. Listen, if you're not going to increase my hourly, increase my commission. And if they say no, well, then a decision has to be made. But I feel like if you decide to go on your own, the energy's just there for you. The wheel. Fortune is on your side now. Number 10, 1, you. You're the leader. You determine. You determine when this wheel's going to turn. Many of us will sit and wait. Like, okay, when's the wheel going to turn for us? Well, whenever we put the action behind it. This isn't magic, right? This is, knowing you have all the elements. You have fire, earth, water, air. This is what you're made of. So you have all these tools that you can start this wheel moving whenever you're ready. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't clarify that, did I? Let's see the outcome. 4 coins. The Emperor. So for some of you, maybe an Aries that you work for. 7 of Staffs. The Hierophant. Some it could be Taurus. Again, it's definitely dealing with money. It's definitely dealing with it's like trusting your instinct. You know, your instinct knows. But this is definitely dealing with financial issues. And I feel with the Emperor here, it's not so much about a person. I feel like it's about the wisdom you have collected now. The wisdom you've collected. You know, we have the Hierophant down here too, and the King of Earth. So for many of you, it is an earth sign that you're dealing with. And I kind of do feel like it's in their sun. You know, I feel like it's prominent. You know, this is about your foundation too. What I'm feeling is some of you, like, I mean, you barely can pay your bills. You know, it's like your mortgage and then everything else with it. You know, it is difficult. Yet there's so much, you know, you, the universe wants you to be rich, right? It's not about possession. It's about joy. But yet you're also going to be able to ask what's rightfully yours. And I feel like some of you, you know, the Hangman here is like you've been thinking about it. You've been wanting to do it. You've been wanting to ask for a raise. But you're nervous. Well, you know, good news. Because what I'm hearing is it's a win-win situation for you. Because, you know, if they accept your offer of increasing your commission, your paycheck is just going to blossom. If they refuse your offer, for some of you, I feel like you literally say, that's it. I'm done. I can make money on my own. I don't really need you anymore. You know, I have my own clientele that trust me. So if I wanted to move on, I certainly could. But it's my energy that's going to move this along. No one else. You know, this boss doesn't have your best interest at heart. They don't really care if you can pay your mortgage. You know, they want you to sell. Absolutely. You know, it's driving me a little crazy because it's like I can see this boss. And there really is like it's like there's no human emotion with him. So you have to make a choice. But I feel either way, it turns out good. Okay, so either way, it's like you either do get this higher commission. And by the way, I'm being told when you ask for a higher commission, go much higher than you even expect. Because I feel like they're going to come down and like cut it in half. So go high. Go high, baby. Okay. Passion. 10 of fire. 7 of fire. A lot of fire under passion, right? Strength. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. The Magician. Okay, let me just look at this for a second. These are new cards. Well, fairly new. So I'm still learning the image, you know, looking at the image on them, because they're quite colorful. They're quite intuitive. Okay, for some of you, I feel like you're dealing with a Leo who may have some health problems. Now, it doesn't have to be a Leo. Definitely feeling fire sign in here, though. And I feel like this person has some health problems, but and this could even be you. And I feel these health problems are definitely stress related. You know, it's just like your life is out of balance right now. And I feel like it's out of balance because it's like someone stole your joy, so to speak. I feel like some of you need to spend less time at work. It's like all work and no play. And yet I feel like you have someone at home that is kind of waiting for you. You know, because it feels like your life is a little unbalanced when it comes to work and play, which also makes the relationship out of balance. I feel for some of you, it's just, you know, you need to delegate. You need to delegate and not try to do everything on your own, which usually you guys are very good at, you know? You might want to oversee it, but it's like you know how to delegate. You know who can do what. Now, all of a sudden, I just got an image of a bunch of women and men who take care of the home, and their partner works outside the home. And it's just like you're not getting help, you know? You're not getting help from your partner. You know, their excuse is, well, I'm at work all the time. It's like they don't get it. You know, they don't get it because they haven't done it. They haven't, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, let's be honest. It's one of those things until you have children and you're home with your children, you just don't know how much work it is, how hard it is. You know, blessings every day, yes. But come on, It's exhausting. And then to have someone come home and just lay their asses on the couch while you're now preparing them dinner. I mean, it's one of those things, you got to find a balance there. And absolutely, they are working. But this was the agreement, like this is the agreement, but the agreement wasn't to put everything on you. I feel that there are some who, like your partner, it's like they're not even showing up for the kids' soccer practice. Dance recitals where they're saying they're going to be there and then they're not, because there's always something else work related. I have to tell you, I don't feel that the scenario I'm speaking about right now and the people who I'm talking to right now, I don't feel like there's cheating or anything like that. I feel like there's still love, but the respect is going down. They're not looking at it from your perspective. And it's almost like they can't see it from your perspective until they're put in that position. I almost want to tell you, go away for the weekend. Just you. You and a friend. And allow them to stay home with the kids. With expectations. I don't want to come home from my vacation, my little mini vacation, and have the house destroyed. And it is about going away and like letting them do it themselves. Your children will be fine. Because I just heard some of you like, oh my God, like you couldn't even imagine. You think your children would be like, I don't know, hung on a coat rack somewhere. Your children will survive. They'll actually enjoy it. But it is about, it's like you do need to check. It's like check on them, but don't give them all the answers. Like allow them to experience this for what it really is. So they need to see it from your perspective. Because again, I feel like there's a lot of love in this relationship. The ones that I'm talking about right now, there's a lot of love. And by the way, if you're the one who works and you have a partner at home who is raising the children, and I feel like it's at least 2 children, because I'm hearing noise and like see kids running, like toddlers running and Legos being dumped and, milk being dragged out of the fridge and it's like poured all over the floor. That's what I'm seeing, like that kind of chaos. And although they see it, it's like they need to be in it. They need to be the one who cleans it. So all I'm saying is if you're on the other end of that, understand that, okay? Understand that because it's not even that now I'm talking to the other partner that's at work, okay? Because I feel like you're both watching. Matter of fact, I feel like there may be some couples who are both watching, who doesn't know the other one's watching. Very interesting. Okay. So it's just, it's, have the other person's perspective in mind. It's like getting back out of the ego and getting back into the family. Even though I know you're working so hard. But listen, your joy comes from your family, even if it's stressful. This is where you get your joy, both of you. And these are, I feel like I'm speaking to a large group of people here. Like I feel like I'm at a podium. I'm at a podium and you're all in front of me. So this must be a message for many. But it's just about taking a moment and looking at life from your partner's perspective. This is about saving relationships. This is about understanding because I feel some of you, your joy is from your family. But man, life can get in the way, right? So this is a reminder to you that at the end, the only thing you're going to want with you is your family. If we can only see things from everyone else's perspective, we'd understand so much more. Doesn't mean it has to change our opinion, but we get to understand the other person so much more. So I have the 7 of fire underneath the 10 of fire. And, what's good about the 10 of fire, it's the 10 of wands, is it is coming to an end. So I do feel like there's going to be clarity in here. I do feel that some of you are going to heed the message and absolutely understand where your energy's been going and now where it needs to go. And for those who are staying home, it's like, it's choosing your battles wisely, but also understanding you have the right to stand your ground. But there's no need, I don't feel like there is screaming matches. It's just like very boldly stating my case. Here's my case. Just like you're in a court of law. Here's my case. Tell me your opinion of it now. Give me your perspective, and then listen to my perspective. Let's meet in the middle. For some of you, you're dealing with a Leo. For some of you, it is about feeling like you're being harshly judged. But again, it's all in the perspective. Because, it's an 11, master number 11. It's like spiritual union. Don't always give up. It's not the answer. And there's real beauty here. Among the chaos, there is joy everywhere. Everywhere. Just need to take our minds out of the stress and see things clearly right in front of us. You're the Magician. I feel like the Magician's showing up here to tell you when we use our gifts that we've been given, when we use our energy in a positive way, when we want to manifest something, perhaps it's help, perhaps it's understanding. Because again, the joy, the love, still here. But perhaps we need to understand how our energy works, how our energy comes across. And for some of you in sales, you know exactly what the Magician is about. It is the secret of learning how to harness our own energy and using it for good. This is about what feels like a new beginning. A renewed, I should say, renewed beginning. So much love here. And by the way, again, I'm not seeing like, just a man and a woman, a man at work and a woman at home, or a woman at work and a man at home. It can certainly be, this can be adoption. I mean, there's so much love for these children and each other. It can certainly be two men, two women. And it's funny because as soon as I said that, I do see like, I see different nationalities. Okay, let's get the outcome of that. So I was doing it this way to make this tape shorter, but this tape. This video is shorter, but that's not happening, is it? Oh, there's that Ten of Staffs again. Jeez. Okay, guys, way too many cards. I know somebody just left me a message about whether I pick up my cards. I don't pick up my cards. You know, sometimes you just gotta let the reader read. You know, let the reader read the way they read. And I say that because, you know, there's certain things that I have set up with my own spirit guides. You know, and one of them is, if a table flies off the, if a card flies off the table and lands on the ground and it's face down, I don't take it. They know that. I know that. I mean, we've been working together forever. If it's up, you know, if it's turned up, then I take it. So there's certain things that, I don't know. I think you just have to let a reader read the way they read. I guess this Ten of Staffs is starting to get on me, right? Seeing this Master number 11 again. In the card Justice. So it's, you know, it's a spiritual union. So some of you might be dealing with, not dealing with, I don't know why I say that. Some of your love partners might be Cancer. So we, you know, so we have Cancer, we have Leo, but of course it could be water and fire. Definitely the fire is strong here, right? Okay. And the Magician again. Two Swords. You know, sometimes I don't even need to say anything, right? If you really look at the card, it tells you. But we're not seeing things clearly. It's the Chariot. Queen of Swords. And the Ten of Coins. So, how beautiful is this? You know, what it feels to me is like the minute you guys start seeing the truth, seeing it, not seeing the truth, because we all live in our own truth, right? It's seeing the other's perspective. And not just seeing it, but taking action behind it. I feel like, you know, again, there's so much love here. And for some of you, like some of you just absolutely know it. But some of you, it's like you're almost to the point where you're questioning it because there's a lot of strife. There's a lot of noise at home. There's a lot of chaos at home. But you're missing the joy, okay? You're not seeing the joy within this beautiful chaos. You know, it's remembering you were once one of those little toddlers running around, making a mess, making noise, being told to sit, be quiet, you know what I mean? So it's even taking the child's perspective here. Because I feel like, you know, it can be such a fun household. And with the final outcome is the Ten of Coins. You know, that's a rich and rewarding family life. So it's, you know, it's like finances will be beautiful, but so will the home life. There's harmony here. There's harmony. Okay. Last one. Past life relationship. The Lovers. Some could be dealing with a Gemini. The Magician. Wow. Queen of Air. So, again, could be Gemini or an air sign. Ace of Michaels. right off the bat, it's like, here comes this beautiful person from the past and offers you this brand new beginning. You offer each other this brand new beginning. Okay. We're getting quite a few messages here. One message I'm getting is, now this may only be for one person or a few. I don't feel like it's for a large amount, but it's an important message nonetheless. There's someone who is trying to figure out their sexuality. Do I like men? Do I like women? Do I like them both? And I feel that is your answer. You like them both. Because I feel you're struggling within this decision. You know, like, I have to make a decision. I can't continue to, I have to make a decision. But you don't. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. It's okay to like men and like women. If that's what you choose, I mean, I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to figure this out. But I want to tell you, just like, let it go. For some of you, I feel that, okay, this is for some men. In this past life, the very last lifetime together, you are coming back around. Okay. Now I want to say that. I mean, you're the person you spent this past life with, and probably many more, but we're just talking about right now the very last time um, you were together, when you came in the same lifetime. Because, we don't always come in the same lifetime. I feel like you were a woman. You were the woman in the relationship. And in this lifetime, you were born a male. Now, I'm not talking about the same people who are trying to figure out their sexuality. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this is a new message, and this is for a few men out there. And it's like it's not even that you take on the characteristics of female in this lifetime. It's more about, I don't know. It's like you're a great catch. I mean, you're a great catch because it's like you can truly um, see the perspective of the woman. So it's like you don't remember this, right? You don't remember being a woman. I feel like, I'm sorry, I was going to light my incense. It just went out. Okay, so it's like when you go to a party, there are women all around you. And I feel like there's a lot of jealousy around you. Because, like, how do you, it's like you attract all the women to you. And the other men in the room may look at it as, like, what the hell? How does he get all the women? But it's not even sexual, it is, it's because you still carry the quality, you still have those qualities within you, that nurturing, you're very nurturing, and women are picking up on this. So, it's like they gravitate towards you, and you're fine with that. This is where you feel comfortable. You feel more comfortable among the women versus the men. Now, it doesn't mean that you're uncomfortable with men, okay? This is just clearly talking about your past life. Excuse me, I'm just moving around. For children seems to be a big subject in this reading this month, because I'm still talking about the same guys. I feel like in your last lifetime you had a lot of children, a lot. You were the mother. It's too bad that hooking up with the last group, right? But there was a lot of responsibility, and I mean a lot of responsibility. It feels like in this lifetime, there's so many people couldn't even begin to handle what you had to handle. And I feel like in this lifetime, you don't have any children yet. There's no children yet, but you're craving. You're looking. You want children. You want, you want, you want to be in a you want to be in a marriage. And I feel for those men, that the soulmate's out there. And by the way, the ones I'm talking to, it's like, congratulations. I feel like you're building up your clarity, your psychic intuition. It's like you're building yourself up spiritually, and you're evolving on a higher and higher level. Good for you. Because I feel like it's like you bringing the two of you together here. We have the Magician. Well, I can tell there's been a lot of dreaming. A lot of dreaming for those of you who have been waiting for this person. And I feel like it's like heaven and earth have been moved for you and your beautiful partner. It's like heaven and earth have been moved for you to bring this union back together. For some of you, I feel like, it may be June, July. So keep doing what you're doing. You have the Queen of Air. It's like you're putting out affirmations, right? You're putting affirmations into the universe, and they're coming back to you now. Love all the blue. It feels like what once was stagnant is there's now movement. We're now in the movement phase. We're at like the 7. We still have to go the 8, 9, and 10, but we're at the 7. We're almost there. You're over the hump of having to wait. You're over that hump. But there's still more patience that is needed. And it's not always for you, though. It can be for, this queen. The Queen of Air is about, being able to clear away the things that aren't serving you any longer. It's you're clearing it away because you're seeing things in a different way now. It's like you're much more realistic. Well, in the present moment. All of them are like, I feel like these are all talking about like visitations, like astro traveling when you go to sleep and your souls are meeting up. It's almost like this is being planned from the spiritual realm. And it's the two of you. And then here's that new beginning. Ace of Michaels. To me, the Ace of Michaels, by the time we get here, we've gone through a lot of struggle, right? We've gone through a lot of battles. Sometimes we literally had to crawl. And what it was, in reality, is your soul lessons. You're learning. You're just learning. But you're learning in the spiritual realm, and you're also learning as a human. I know there's many right now waiting for me to say the word twin flame, right? I can hear it. You're waiting. I can, I can feel your mind's working. Yet, I have to tell you, well, I have to tell you, for some, this very well may be. If you are that man that I spoke of, who women gravitate toward, and again, it's not, not to burst your bubble, but it's not so much because, you're the best looking man in the room. Not that you're not great looking. It's just that, it's a different reason why they come to you. It's truly your nurturing way. For those of you, this is a twin. And I do feel that if you're an air sign, especially a Gemini, watching this, and you're waiting for your male counterpart, he's coming. Could this be female, that I'm talking about? Does it have to be male? In this particular instance, it is male. It's definitely male, okay? And that's just one scenario. I almost feel like I could go back to Adam and Eve. Like I feel some of you were this is a different scenario, okay? I'm no longer talking about the men who have all the women coming to him. This is a different scenario. I feel that for some of you partners out there, some of you who have lived previous lives together, who keep, who show up for each other. It's like already on your destined plan, by the way. Like this is something that, well, the High Priestess would tell you. I feel like you guys have been together, and again, I feel like I'm back at Adam and Eve, and it's like there's temptation around you. Like every lifetime, I feel like there's been outside influences that break you up, but they're it's almost like life and death kind of thing. Because I'm also seeing it's like I'm in Salem, and I'm being judged for what I'm not. I'm not here to hurt anyone. The devil does not control me. It's more the devil's controlling you because you can't see me clearly. And you're gone. You're gone. Another life. You're gone. So perhaps you've had, it just feels tragic, like tragedy after tragedy. And you just remember one thing when I say this, tragedy after tragedy. This is it's like already written in your book, your book for this lifetime. So though it's tragedy, it's like you know. And what I mean by that is I just feel like there's like very quick separations, and these separations are unfair. But they're not, they're unfair, and they are They're unjust. Yet I have to tell you, I feel like this time coming together, especially because I have the Magician here, I feel like it's different this time. You know, this time, maybe because we live in a much more accepting world, even though we're not there yet, compared to what I'm looking at. We've grown leaps and bounds. Our understanding has grown. I mean, let's face it. If I lived back then, I'd probably be hung today. I'm not a witch. I don't think so. I'm just using the gifts that God gave me. Okay. It's a Hierophant again. You know, it's like things are being revealed to us that were just previously covered up. If some of you have been in, let's say, within the last year, within 1 year period, okay? So from Aries to Aries, let's say, March to March. If you're in a relationship with an earth sign, and I do feel like, you know, it's a longer type relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be marriage, but it was committed relationship. But it was very, very difficult. And you left. Again, about 1 year, you left. Your twin is coming back. And it's because I feel like for these people, it's like this between you, and I feel it's, you know, between you and this earth sign. Again, within the year, Aries to Aries, March to March. I feel like actually, okay, let me back up. I feel like you left. It has been either almost a year or at least 1 year that you were with this, you were in a committed relationship with an earth sign. But you left. And I feel like you left because you felt the guidance. It's like your path was starting to be illuminated. You knew that you had to leave. And I feel like when you left, it was very, you kept everything as calm as possible because you felt guided. Well, let me tell you, you were being guided. So for those, again, within the year, you broke up with an earth sign, committed relationship, marriage, or living together. You know, not just dating, but you split up within that year because you were feeling guided. Know that you are being guided. You were being guided because this person is, it's almost time. You know, it's like the timing is almost there and you're on each other's paths. So it's like Spirit picked you up, you know, from this little side road and put you back on your path. But you feel it inside. No, actually. Well, I don't know. It's just pulled to take cards from here, and now I get it. So we have that separation. Again, we're talking about loves from a previous life. Here's the separation. This is the energy we use to pull things towards us. This is truly how we manifest. Through our energy, being lighthearted for ourselves and for others. Here they come. So again, we had this separation. And this is a separation that didn't want to happen. Look at the card. Sometimes I look at this card and I see sadness as in one partner like hurting the other partner on purpose. This time I'm seeing the sadness because it was like instant separation. Well, I'm saying it like instant separation, but it's almost like instant death. But the death is due. It's like as a couple, you knew that this chance existed. And I feel like you tried to keep it as quiet as possible. For some of you, it really is just about your psychic abilities back then and it being looked at the wrong way. Coming back together. Okay, guys, yeah, I was going to try to make these shorter, but this kind of looks like it's a little bit longer, doesn't it? But I definitely feel like it gave us a lot of different scenarios. You guys will have to let me know what you think, okay? Let me know if you like this spread. I have many other spreads. But let me know how you feel about this spread, okay? All right, guys. Well, hey, happy birthday again. And, you know, it all looks really good. Like the outcome just looks beautiful for all the scenarios we talked about. And for those who, again, are thinking of leaving a relationship, if you found your message in here, please, you know, Spirit's very clear. Like, don't think that all things, you know, like sometimes we think relationships need to come to an end when they don't. We're just in a rough path. But we're supposed to go through that. That's not when we quit. That's when we come together. Because there's a lot of beauty here. There's a lot of joy here. There's a lot of children I can see that are like looking up. You know, they're little sponges right now. Don't forget that. Your children are sponges. They're learning how to love from you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You know I love you. I love you guys to death. You know that. So, happy birthday. Have a great April. Seize the day, guys. You know, seize the day. Enjoy the energy. It's here for you. Okay, guys, I love you. Bye-bye.